Hello, my friends. Welcome to day 3 of our workshop, our fitness audit, whether this is year-end for you or just something you needed to get started with because you've been feeling stuck. I'm here today to take you through the last and most important yet shortest part of our audit, and that is goal setting, mindset, and motivation. This is truly the most important part of this audit because this is where you're going to start making your action plan and figure out why you're even here and what you're even doing and why it's important to you. So number one, if this is not important, if these goals of yours are not true goals, then it's never going to stick. So if somebody comes to me and says, "Hey Jill, I want to lose 5 pounds. It would mean so much to me to lose 5 pounds. And we lose 5 pounds and they feel the same after losing 5 pounds. That really wasn't the goal. It really didn't change their life. And they hadn't connected to that deeper meaning of the 5 pounds. Is this 5 pounds what's going to allow you to do something? So generally people don't come to me saying, "Jill, I just want to lose 5 pounds. I have people come into my world every day and I ask, for the most part, what are your goals? And I would say that most people fall somewhere between wanting to lose 15 and 30 pounds. And maybe that's not even their actual goal. They have no idea what that really looks or feels like, but what they could tell you is what that weight is holding them back from. And so that's what we really want to dig into. You've got that surface goal of maybe pounds, your size, a certain pair of jeans or a dress you want to fit into. But the real question for you is, how does that change your life? How does that change the way you act with people, the way that you feel about yourself, your opportunities? Is it holding you back? What are you not doing in your life because of these extra pounds that you're hanging on to? And maybe it's not even that, because I'll tell you, in my journey, I started out wanting to lose weight and I lost 15 pounds in my first 8 weeks. And I went from a size 12 to a size 6. And that was huge for me. And why? Because I had completely lost momentum. Because I had thought that I was broken. And I didn't think that anything was going to work for me. And so whether I had lost 5, 10, 15 pounds, it didn't matter. It was movement. It was change. It was seeing that something could work for me. That's what I needed for the forever ability to see that my body is capable of change, that I am capable of sticking to something. I think that was my true goal. It wasn't to lose any certain amount of weight. And honestly, I do remember my first goal was to lose 10 pounds. I wanted to go from 150 to 140. And I did that in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, I had lost 10 pounds. And I adjusted my goal then. I was like, okay, I think maybe I need to lose another 5. And what I realized at the end was I didn't need to lose 15 pounds. Because I'll tell you, today I'm probably 20 pounds higher than where I was at the bottom. What I really needed was transformation, was body recomposition. Because once I lost that 15 pounds, I realized that it wasn't just that I wanted to be skinny. I wanted to be fit and toned and strong and energetic as a mother of 2 who were like 2 years old and 4 years old at that time. I really just needed more energy. I needed focus on me. I needed to know that it was okay to focus on me. And there's been so many life lessons and underlying things that I really needed that were the real goals. So what I want you to do first today, when we're writing in our little sheet here, okay, we've got our last section down here. And again, you can write on another piece of paper and then you can move things over when you want to send this off to me, or you can type into this, or you can just type into an email to send off to me, jill@jillortizfitness.com. When it comes to your goals for 2022, what goals did you achieve? Did you set any? Did you get closer to any goals? And so you can write those in. I also want you to ask yourself, are you motivated by the pain of staying the same or the pleasure that you'll achieve from your transformation? Now, this is something that I learned from Tony Robbins. He's a motivational speaker. He's an author. He's incredible. And I've sat twice in his 3-day workshops that are literally like 15, 20-hour days, feels like. And he's always said, there's only 2 things that motivate people to change. It's either the pain of staying the same. How awful would it be? And I say this on my calls with people all the time. How awful would it be if you knew that hiring a coach, that putting in the work, that creating the plan, that identifying your goals and carrying through that plan of action, if you knew, and I could tell you, you 100% are going to see results, the results you desire, but you choose to stay the same because you're just not committing to change, is that pain of staying the same great enough that it's going to move you to want to change? Or is it the pleasure and that imagination and the visualizing of, oh my goodness. And I'll tell you, I had a call once with somebody and we had this call about coaching, and I said, okay, so what is it you really want to see? And she said, in June, 3 months from now, my daughter's graduating, and I would love to be, and I imagine myself at this graduation party, just feeling confident and going out and saying hi to my friends and my family in an outfit that I feel comfortable in, not hiding. And that motivates me to want to change. And so I said, you have to hold on to that idea, that image you have, because that is going to keep you motivated. Anytime life gets hard, which it will, we talked about it throwing you curveballs, that is going to motivate you to keep going. Either that visualization of what you want or that pain that you'll carry in the visualization of staying where you're at right now. So I want you to start figuring out which drives you, okay? And I'll tell you, I just got off a call, a 2-hour session with a business coach, because I know too that when it comes to creating growth in my business, I'm constantly looking for more and more accountability and training and structure and guidelines and somebody who's going to motivate me and tell me it's time to act. And it's always going to be with an investment. I'll tell you that too. And so I'm in the same position as you. It's what do I really want? And am I okay having the year that I had this year? Or do I want a year that I could have the next year? If I follow the coaching and the plan and the exact strategy that somebody else is willing to lay out there for me and create that structure and accountability for me. And this coach made it very clear as to what the possibilities are too. And that's exciting if you just do the work knowing that you can have your goals. But again, it's not how much money do I want to make? How many pounds do you want to lose? It's what is that end goal? What is it you really want to feel more of or less of? That's what's important, is those goals, okay? So what are your goals? I want you to write down a few goals, 2, 3. I want you to write down the surface level goals, the ones that you can tell me like concretely, here's what I think I want to achieve. And even if it's not exactly what ends up happening, it gives me an idea of roughly where you want to be, right? And then what are the deeper goals? I want you to write this out. And if you need a notebook, a journal, you need to write 3 pages. This is important stuff. Write as much as you can. And sometimes you have to ask yourself, why? Okay? Why do you want to lose 5 pounds? I want to lose 5 pounds because then I'll fit into my size 4 jeans. Well, why do you want to fit into your size 4 jeans? Well, then I won't have a muffin top when I try to put them on. Well, why do you not want to have a muffin top? Well, because when I go out with my friends, it's super embarrassing and the rest of them don't have muffin tops. Okay, well, why is that important that you're like your friends? Because sometimes I feel like I don't belong and it makes me feel like I don't love myself because others are able to have control over themselves and I never feel in control of myself. And how does that make you feel? It makes me feel like a failure and like there's got to be something that I can succeed at, right? So you keep asking why and you dig deeper and deeper and it'll reveal so much to you that maybe you haven't scratched the surface to figure out, okay? All right, can you visualize and write down where you want to see yourself, like I told you? Are there certain things that you love to do? I remember one of my clients talking about how she loved to go camping and how she loved to go on these fun camping trips with friends and they'd all get in their bathing suits and she just wanted to feel like she didn't have to think about her body in her bathing suit. Like she'd just go out there and feel confident and have fun all day without having to dread what she looked like. And so what are your action items for 2023 or the next 3 months or whatever it is for you? What actions can you take to start getting you there? And if you don't know, then that's why you and I are here together. Because I've done this and I've helped so many people do this. Okay? I want to go over our keys to success with regards to goal setting, mindset, motivation. So number 1 is to evaluate how you'll feel knowing you could succeed if you do the work, but don't see it through. How are you going to feel in 3 months from now? So I run a 3-month empowered fitness mastery coaching program. And if I tell you, you and I are going to hop on a call, we're going to figure out where you're at, where you want to be, what's been holding you back, and what that plan of action is to get you to where you want to be. And you know, and I know that you can succeed if you just say yes. Then I want to know how you're going to feel in 3 months if you actually don't do anything and nothing changes. You're going to wake up kicking yourself in 3 months and say, crap, I should have done that. I should have done something because what I'm doing is not getting me where I want to be. Gut check. I want you to think to yourself, are you motivated by pain or pleasure? And can you identify exactly what that pain is that you want to avoid or what that pleasure is that you're seeking? And the big thing with mindset is having faith and knowing that once you start doing this action, your mindset is going to change. And as you grow and as you do these things and you get better at them, your mindset is going to lock in. And it's really hard to change the patterns of the past without prompting, without somebody saying, we got this, you're in this, you're doing the right things, your results are coming, look at what you've done, celebrate what you've done. The next step is this, let's get it done and see those results. Mindset is key and you have to stay in the positive mindset. And oftentimes it's hard for us to do that for ourselves. It's hard in fitness and nutrition and transformation. It's hard in business. You need that champion, right? We talked about accountability. You need that support system to get you there. And when it comes to motivation, there's nothing motivating about staying the same. There's nothing motivating about doing nothing. What's motivating is taking action, having a plan, having clear thoughts, having clear reflections of what you've been doing, and having clear plans and steps that you are ready to take even when you don't feel ready. You have to just start taking action. I promise you, you'll see change. Okay? So your job today if you haven't completed all 3 videos, all 3 trainings, is to go through, review the questions, read through my notes. Again, I'll give you the notes that I have for myself, the questions that I asked you today. I'll give you those as well. Complete this form or write me an email with all the topics if you don't have a printer, and schedule your call. Don't wait, okay? My time's limited, your time's limited. Get it on the calendar, because sometimes we got to get things on the calendar and then get them done, right? So sometimes I'll schedule something and then I'll make sure that I do the work to meet that deadline. And so don't wait until you complete this. Go ahead. I've given you the link to schedule a call with me. You don't have to pay for it. It's free. We're going to take time to go over this and make your plan of action. And whether it's with me, with somebody else, with tools that you already have, you are going to be in a better place by the end of that call with a very clear plan that will help you to where you want to be. Okay? That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for being part of this. My offer will stand if you decide to book a call. I am doing a very special 1-month free coaching with me for doing this exercise, for giving me your responses, for booking a call, and deciding to join my Empowered Fitness Mastery program. This is through the end of the year, so you have only through the end of the year to get this done and to commit and to get started with me either before or on January 1st for your first 3+1 free month of coaching with me one-on-one. We're going to get you there. I know we will. We'll see you later.